This is a brief tutorial to show you how you test your sensors. So we're going, first thing, we're going to make sure we've got something on our screen always. So we want 2 loops, forever loops. And I'm going to go to brick. I'm going to show the mood. And a bit of a stunned mullet look. Okay, now we're going to use the if statements. That's in logic. It's going to make sense. Logic, if statements. So if this, then do this. So I want to say if something true, again, that's logic. So I'm going to go in here, drop this in here, and here we see a circle and if statement. What are we testing? We're testing the light sensor first, say for instance. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to look for a light sensor, and I want the reflected light intensity. Corners around, this thing has rounded corners, that drops in there. So the reflected light, the color sensor that's plugged into port 3 has a reflected light of less than, let's go 30. 100 is really high, like silver. Really low is a lower number, so it's the reflected light intensity. So we're going to go 30. If the light sensor picks up a lower color, what do we want to do? First thing we want to do is we want to stop all motors. Very first thing we want to stop. Then we want to move the tank motors. We're going to go back at -50 and -50, and we're going to do that for 2 rotations. Then if that's not true, we're just testing it. We're going to tank motors, and we just want it on at 50% forward. So the result of this, let's read this through. If reflected light intensity is less than 30, stop motors and go backwards 2 rotations. Else, if that's not true, go forward. Make sense so far? Now let's add on to that the next sensor, the ultrasonic sensor. So I'm going to go plus, I'm going to add another condition. So again, I'm going to go to logic, comparison, I'm comparing something. And this time I'm using the ultrasonic sensor. And it's got number 4 there, meaning plugged into sensor 4. I'll put that in the wrong spot. If ultrasonic sensor sees something in front of it that is less than 50, this is a sumo bot challenge, this is a sumo bot right now. So you're going to test this inside the yellow circle. Just get a bot or a brick and place inside the circle. If it sees something that is less than, let's say 50 centimeters, that's the greatest distance it's going to see. If it sees less than, then what do you want it to do? We want it to go, we're going to move the tanks. Tank motors, we want it to go flat out. We want it to smash something. Okay, so let's read it through. If the color sensor sees a black line, it's going to go back 2 rotations. If the ultrasonic sensor sees something, it's going to go forward. If it's not seeing a black line and it doesn't see something, we want it then to be like a radar and turn it. But we don't want it to turn too fast. And we want it to turn on the spot. So we're going to go -20 and +20. That means so let's go through this again from the top. If color sensor sees a reflected light intensity of less than 30, it's going to stop all motors and then go back 2 rotations. Now the code is going to check the second algorithm. Second part of the algorithm. If an ultrasonic sensor that's plugged into port 4 sees something that's less than 50 centimeters, then it's going to go flat out towards it. If it does not see a black line, if there's nothing in front of it, then else it's going to turn around in a circle and look for something. That's it. That's a sumo code. Does that make sense? I'm going to stop this.